I dated a liberal for a while, which was weird. A liberal chick will f a complete stranger without a condom, as long as he wears a mask. Are you understanding these jokes? You got that liberal face on you. Is she always like this? Can you just turn around? Can you just turn it around?
Whatever, comedians roast liberals, we are here for it. Let's go.
Walking around the city the last few days, people are coming up to me all over the place to tell me that they're closet conservatives, that they're hoping to leave the city at some point, like I'm the Harriet Tubman of the Underground Republican Railroad. I don't know, the vibe in here is kind of funny. We're like in this basement, low ceiling. It's kind of giving like a resistance meeting in East Berlin vibes. I feel like I'm coming to you guys from the other side of the wall, you know? And if you happen to be here, you just like bought tickets for a random comedy show on a Saturday night, and you have no idea that you've actually entered a Trump rally. There have to be statistically, there have to be some liberals in here. It's the science. They love that. But if you are here and you're liberal, I'm very happy you're here. I hope you have fun. I hope you laugh. We're gonna have a great night because we're gonna flip you. So we're gonna have. By the way, statistically, it's like some of you have to be gay, like some of you have to be liberal. But the liberals in the room, now they know how you all feel when you go to work and you have to pretend that you don't have any political opinions at all.
Arin Rexler, she's so funny.
Your shawl says to me that you love Hillary Clinton. You voted for Kamala, right? She did. That's great. Were you upset? But he voted for Trump secretly. Do you know if he did or not? He wouldn't. That's what he told me. As soon as he was in that booth, it's a different story. He's like, I would never vote for that fucking fascist tyrant. Then he went in the booth and he was like, lower my taxes.
Who votes for Kamala? Worst candidate ever.
Hello, welcome to the Liberal Sign-Up Center, but before we get started, we just have a few questions.
Okay, amazing. I have dreamed of this moment. I even dyed my hair blue to fit in.
Yes, we noticed, and we love the commitment, but quick thing, is it okay if we give you a septum piercing before we talk?
Please, I've been wanting one for so long.
Beautiful. Okay, you see someone wearing a MAGA hat or a freedom shirt. What is your immediate reaction?
Racist, big, fascist, white supremacist, probably drinks whole milk.
Outstanding. Strong. Smart. Okay, another question. If you had to pick the worst dictator, Trump or Maduro?
I mean, Trump, obviously. Maduro just needs better PR. He's just misunderstood.
Excellent nuance. We love selective outrage. Okay, next question. What is a woman?
Easy. Anyone who identifies as a woman, duh. Next.
Flawless. No hesitation. Okay, next question. Should parents lose custody if they don't affirm every single thing their 6-year-old says about their identity?
Of course. 6-year-olds are basically tiny philosophers.
Correct. Aristotle walked so kindergarteners could run.
Woke lefties in a nutshell, absolutely unhinged.
CNN's Clarissa Ward says she's ashamed as an American that the Trump administration is posting these flashy videos celebrating successful military strikes. Are you ashamed? Sheila.
Hey, Clarissa, Iranian here, and on behalf of 90% of Iranians in Iran and 99% of the diaspora, pardon my language, but shut the up and sit down, and all the other liberal white women like you can do the same.
Damn, well said.
What's this announcement you have? I'm excited to hear it. You said it's big.
I'm here to announce that I am now a liberal.
You're a liberal now.
I looked in the mirror this morning and I said, is that Nancy Pelosi? And I said, no, that's me, Donald J. Trump.
How did you get this revelation?
I was at breakfast with Elon Musk, and I said, can you pass me the powdered sugar, Elon? And he passed me a container of what I thought was powdered sugar, and it turns out what Elon handed me by accident was ketamine. It was a radical ketamine trip, I'd say. And I had some revelations during it. I went into a K-hole.
How do you feel about the ICE deportations now?
I'm canceling ICE.
You're canceling ICE?
Because you know what, Justice? No one is illegal on stolen land.
Trump becoming a liberal, never gonna happen.
My reasons for not dating a liberal man, the main one is I just don't like the way liberal men lead. They don't lead the way that I want to be led. Liberal men tend to be pushovers, and I don't want to be able to push over my partner. I actually want to be led, and I know that I could be a riot. And so I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be abused, but I don't want to push over my partner.
So I've heard some women here saying, why is it all the guys that I'm attracted to are conservative? Why? Well, this is the reason why, okay? Because you're a woman, you're a heterosexual woman, and you are attracted to heterosexual men. I could never date a dude that was a liberal. I could never date a dude that was an evangelical member of the Church of Freaking Woke. I could never really have a relationship with a guy that was just so in touch with his feminine side. You know, because if you really think about the kind of person, the kind of guy, man, what a pansy. They're like, everything's racist, man. There's so much oppression in this world, man. Oh my God, man. Is Sasquatch real, man? MSNBC told me Sasquatch is a real man, so it's got to be real. I just feel too much. I just want to help people so much.
These ladies, they know exactly what they want, a conservative man.
Every time I go to a coffee shop, I want my barista to be liberal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, if they look like a Zeezer, that it's going to be a good cup of coffee. You know, like if they have like an ambiguous look to them, like a pixie haircut.
You're going to draw a picture in your coffee? With
a little picture, a cute little bear or something. And we're all God's children. We all serve a purpose. And I think liberals are meant to be baristas for us.
No! Only way to drink a coffee is black.
Recently discovered that I'm not a liberal. What? Yeah, I thought I was a liberal my whole life. And then I looked up the definition and realized I need to check definitions first. Anybody here identify as a liberal? Okay, a couple bold people after knowing you're walking into this joke. This blew my mind. A liberal is somebody who accepts and respects behavior and points of view different from yours. Do you know anybody like that?
No, that's not a liberal at all.
Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant?
A legal immigrant, 100%.
Why?
Because I feel like they're a little bit more humble than a liberal, and I think that he would just be a little bit more attached to me than a liberal would be.
Liberals aren't humble?
No, I think they're attention-seeking and entitled.
Wow, well said. Don't date a liberal. It's a nightmare.
Welcome to another day in my life as a conservative woman trying to raise a liberal dog. You might remember him from my video on how to talk to your dog about gun safety. Oh, I tried raising him right. I traced the problem back to when I started using these steps with him as a puppy. He now refuses to get in the car without them. Welfare state. He hates fences. Thinks we should take them all down. Life is one giant nap for him. He doesn't understand that it takes hard work. He thinks money just grows on trees. Food, well, he relies on me for everything. Definitely agrees with handouts. I was hoping the move from New York to Florida would red pill him. Instead, he got his balls chopped off. He still isn't a girl, but he definitely is a low-T soy beta. He is also part of the very controversial movement, Black Labs Matter. I keep trying to explain to him that all labs matter. And I try to teach him good lessons, but he doesn't want to hear them. Even with all that, I'll love him anyways.
Okay, that was absolutely hilarious.
Today on the show, we follow the science and talk about implicit institutional bias regarding diversity in the workplace, while creating a safe space to deconstruct microaggressions stemming from systemic inequality created by an oppressive cisnormative system, while increasing equity in the name of inclusivity to combat racist racism for minorities and the trauma from being marginalized by climate change. We interview the leader of BLM, a POC, about AOC fighting for CRT. We cover how the LGBTQs are crippled by toxic masculinity. We then shame you for having white privilege, because if you're white, you're privileged regardless of if you're mentally ill, dying of a horrible disease, or been raped a bunch. We then talk about Trump for 30 minutes, pretending like we hate him, but clearly want him elected again because we can no longer pay our rent with tote bags. We then reveal another 75 new gender identities, and finally we ask, should Guy Fieri be canceled for culturally appropriating lesbians?
This guy's just a good impression, man.
Everyone who voted for Donald Trump sucks, except for my mom and dad. They're different from the rest of the Trump voters, cause they're my mom and dad. All the other people who voted for Trump are really, really, really bad. But there are two exceptions to the rule, are my mom and dad.
Mom and dad, you gotta do better educating your daughter.
Liberals, bro, like these days I've got friends that have like weird like levels of gun ownership where, you know, like just handguns a handgun inside a Prius is the wildest thing. Like you drive around with that shit. Like, you just never know. I'm like, how much are you microdosing, man?
Libéralism with a gun, I cannot imagine that at all.
You can tell who you voted for by how your dog looks. And I've noticed my liberal friends, they go like over a highway somewhere. They go to like half pound, half spirit Halloween with like 2 dogs left. The more f***ed up it is, the better. They go like, give me one that looks like it was hit by a train. 2 legs, perfect. The dog comes out all f***ed up. Always telling you it's a rescue, even though no one asked if it was a rescue. Hey, is anybody sitting there? She's a rescue.
Honestly, he's got a point.
What are you studying, Tash? Liberal arts. What is that? No. Oh, Daniel, that's a show in itself. You've disappointed Dad. All those private school fees, eh, Tash? Where weren't they? Just like, get to Oxford. I want to go to Birmingham. But what is liberal arts? Tell me. A bit of everything. You don't know what you're studying, really.
Liberal arts, what? One of the most useless studies ever.
If there are any Liberal voters here tonight, I'm sorry that you're here. I'm sorry that you're here and that I'm near you and I need to share oxygen with you. I think you're gross and disgusting and un-Australian. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I love democracy. I just think voting for the Liberal Party should be illegal. I do. I think you vote for the Liberal Party, walk out of the booth, boom, arrested by Victoria Police. Ha ha! And they should treat you like they think you're an innocent African teenager. Just give you the real Herald Sun treatment. Everybody, these are all jokes. You should be arrested, then sent to a privatised aged care home on Christmas Island where you have to live for 7 years on job seeker and coal.
Wow, even in Australia, they don't like liberals.
Well, here's one thing I found out as a Midwesterner who moved to the Northeast. I found out that my politics are liberal, but my weekends are conservative. Have any of you guys ever tried to hang out with an ultra-liberal person on a weekend? Oh, it's terrible. Hey, it's Saturday night. What are you guys up to? We're knitting organic cotton shoes for Guatemalan youth who lost their eyes in a dictatorship. It's Tom's Kickstarter, crowdsourcing, organic quinoa, kale, bicycle. Fair trade. It stinks. Go to the middle of the country though. You gotta go to the Midwest and you gotta go to the South. You wanna have some fun on the weekend. Hang out with some redneck conservatives. That's right. This is the only time you'll ever see a black man endorse this in public. Go hang out with redneck conservatives. Because on a Saturday night it's a much better story. You go, hey, it's Saturday night, what are you guys up to? Hey man, we're gonna get into a helicopter, drink a 5th of whiskey, and shoot wolves from it. I'm like, oh.
That sounds way more fun, I agree.
Good evening, this is White Liberal News. And unlike Sean Carter, we don't have as many problems, which is why we create them. Speaking of problems, I had a migraine but hung out with DM Visha in the break room and it's all gone. But anyway, we go to Colette.
Thanks, Karen. I hope you're having a very wonderful day.
I didn't want to get a bunch of people who couldn't answer, and so I just skipped over interviewing undocumented neighbors this time.
Although there were some difficulties, it was very easy to find progressive people here to get the right answers.
Révolution! Abat le fascisme!
They love to protest here.
We want more immigrants and more housing and social services. We have a few demands, but if you miss this protest, you can catch the next one or the next.
Why are you filming? You cannot film here. You cannot film here. What are you doing?
Why are you filming me? You cannot do that here.
What is happening in France? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and click right there to watch the next one. Bye bye.